court say make the Senate call back Natasha Akpabio. Senate suspend her for 6 months. She has already spent 4 months. Natasha and lawyers write to the Senate, how far it is time for our clients to come back. Senate reply her lawyer say the court did not say we should call her back. The court only recommended. That is advised. Natasha said whether they like her or not, so on Tuesday, when they come, so the 22nd, she's going to resume in court in the Senate chambers. She said even if now the court recommend, by law, the recommendation of the court is called the decision of the court. Let me show you this video. Watch this.
Okay, so yes, the Senate President did appeal the entire judgment. One of the grounds he appealed was that the Federal High Court has no jurisdiction to entertain the matter in the first place because it's issues that surround the National Assembly. And I have already spent pretty much over 4 months already. But the fact that I've been suspended, I keep saying this, I never stopped working. It took a whole lot of effort to follow up and get all of these things done. And we were just here last week where we flagged up the construction of 2 brand new smart markets, which I'm actually even going to go there later on today to see because we're already digging the foundation. And over there you can see we're putting up the maternity center over there. So I also gave 700 digital learning devices last week to school. So pretty much it's a whole lot of work. And believe me, we have other interesting projects are waiting for the contracts, are waiting for their awards, and I'll come down here to flag up because this project must be completed by the end of the year. So I'm really busy. I did mention that every senator has 3 major functions: the legislative, which is the
work
creation of laws and review of treaties. Then we have the oversight, which you oversight ministers and agencies, and then the third is representation, which I'm doing, whereby I identify the problems and the challenges of my community, and I make sure I present them and have them captured in the federal budget. And I have done pretty well with that. Of course, I do miss following up with my bills there, but it didn't stop me from working. But I have pretty much 2 months more before the 6 months expire. However, I have written to the Senate again, telling them that I'm resuming on the 22nd, which is on Tuesday, by the special grace of God. I will be there to resume because the court did make a decision on that. Now, they argue that it's an order. It's not an order, but it is a decision. And if you look at section 318, I think, of the Nigerian Constitution, it did mention that a recommendation forms part of a decision of a court. So whether it's a recommendation, a judicial decree, a sentence, or an order, they are all decisions, and decisions are binding on every Nigerian and every authority and every institution. So I'm going to be there live to attend. But I also know that the Senate will be going on recess very soon, maybe most likely next week for 2 months. That means by the time the Senate resumes, my 6 months would have lapsed. And I will go back, I will resume. And I don't hope there'll be any more resistance because you can't you can't go against the what is called double jeopardy rule whereby you punish someone twice. So after the 6 months, you now go back to court or extend or whatever, no, that full amount, total abuse of power, which of course I do sense abuse of power already. But that's for the courts and the public to judge. But so far, and my people are not missing anything. As a matter of fact, I think we're one of the luckiest constituents so far. There's been a whole lot going on. We're all happy, and I'm really connected to my people and Nigerians as usual as well. I'm grateful for the love and prayers, and may God bless us all.
God bless you too.
Thanks.
Okay, so let's go to section 318 of the Nigerian Constitution, which Natasha Akpabio was quoting now. That section explains what different terms mean. Terms like act, terms like council, terms like legislature. It also explains what the word decision means. So when they say this is the decision of the court, it says decision means in relation to a court, any determination of that court, and it includes judgment, decree, order, conviction, sentence, or recommendation. So even if the court gives a recommendation, it is the decision of the court. You cannot say we are not going to take the recommendation. That's what Natasha Akpabio is standing on. So on Tuesday, let's see what will happen. I know what they want to do. They want to use police to block her from entry, because in this country, if you want to break the law, call the police. But let's see if the Senate is going to play the big brother and the bigger person, and let her get into the chambers and do her legislative duties like she's elected to do. To be sincere, Natasha Akpabio get her mistake and her flaws, but she's a good senator. She's representing her people very, very well. So let's see what happens on Tuesday. Natasha Akpabio, will they wait you?